Hey yo, it's your boy Carl Anthony, and I'm making this video today kind of begrudgingly, and it's because I'm really uh, vulnerable right now, and kind of disgusted with myself, rightfully so. But I have been completely out of control. So you know, I knew I was gaining weight. I knew that the weight I did lose back in December, I knew I gained most of that back. And I did have a fear that on top of the weight that I gained back, I gained even a little bit more. And just to let you know, in November, I was at my highest point ever. I was at 287 pounds. Okay. And, you know, I caught, I, I was diagnosed with COVID the day before Thanksgiving. I wasn't sick, but I did quarantine for 10 days, 10 to 12 days. And then in the midst of being quarantined, I decided to fast. So I was doing like, I would fast for like 2 or 3 days, like 72 hours, and then I would eat one meal a day, one meal, and then I would fast again for 3 days, eat a meal, and so on and so forth. And I did that my entire time on quarantine. And then once December hit, like once I went back to work, like the second week of December, I kept my discipline up. So I was doing one meal a day every day. So I was, fasting for like basically 24 hours, 20 to 24 hours to eating one meal and then, rinse and repeat. And so I was keeping the weight off. Everything, was going pretty smooth. My discipline was just A1. Okay. So I lost almost 30 pounds. I was 287. I got down to like 260, right? Now, that's that's a lot of weight, period. 260 is still a whole lot of weight. But I'm a pretty muscular guy. And so I carry weight pretty well. Like even with the number I'm at right now, I would have never knew unless I stepped on the scale. Um, my brother-in-law was killed Christmas Eve, and I was pretty close to him. He was a year younger than my actual blood brother. He would have been turning 30 this year in 2021. I don't want to get into the details of what happened, but it was tragic, and yeah. So me and the family was going through that, and then I noticed myself, the end of the year, beginning of January, start to get into a pattern of just eating whatever. I didn't realize it until like towards the end of January. I'm like, man, what's wrong? I'm gaining weight again. I could tell, clothes are fitting different. Um, my discipline is just completely shot. And I kind of realized I was kind of stress eating, I think, or, grieve eating or whatever you want to call it. Like, I think whatever I was going through, and I was, trying my best to mask my feelings about everything that was going on. And I just kind of, I'm assuming that I just started eating to cope. Didn't even realize it. Then I start realizing it. But once I began to realize it, it was so hard for me to like regain the discipline. And I haven't been really going to the gym much this year. I've been going maybe once a week. Was working out at my office spot, where I cut hair at, every once in a while. But I wasn't nothing consistent, nothing, no 2 or 3 days a week, no 4 days a week, nothing like that. And so I made up in my mind towards the end of March that I was going to take April and get myself back on track. That I was going to fast, I was going to, eat right, don't eat any carbs, whatever. And so my first 2 or 3 days, I was doing well. Maybe the first 4 days I did well. For the most part, I kind of kept to most of my protocol. I was supposed to begin jogging a mile a day. I didn't do that. But yeah, and I found myself in April, all through April this month, that I was just really aimlessly, going through this month with no kind of, real plan. I wasn't sticking to my word. I was basically just, I don't know, going through the motions and still gaining weight, in a month that I'm supposed to be really like disciplined, okay? I had a plan to come out of April and go into May because I'm like, I've been off of social media. I haven't logged on to Instagram since, March 31st. Haven't been on Twitter since March 31st. I've been watching a lot of YouTube, but I stayed away from social media. And that was about the only thing I really stuck to. Thank God I did that. I'm kind of proud of myself for being able to do that. Like, I've done those social media break challenges before, and I would still once a week, log on just to see, what notifications or things like that may have occurred. But I didn't do it at all this month. And I got a few more days left. It's only Monday, and, the last day of April is Friday. But I don't need to go on social media. But I know I had a plan to attack March with a different kind of fervor. I knew I wanted to stack up some content, start, really amping things up, helping this YouTube channel explode more, things like that. And I was, I am getting prepared for that. But I began to, I also took April to say that I was going to focus on, working on my brand, Due Season. Okay, so you see t-shirt, just an old t-shirt that I did, years ago. I'm not even selling this one. But anyway, Due Season is my brand. If you look at the hoodie I had on in my last video, yeah. I'm working to really put my stamp on my brand and really, make it viable in the market, get more attention around it, things like that, and trying to figure out ways to expose it to more people in the most cost-effective way, right? But I started realizing, my brand stands for something, right? Due Season, D-O Season. It's about taking action. It's about, living up to a certain standard, doing things a certain way. And I haven't been doing it. I haven't been living up to the standard. I haven't been living up to the Due Season standard. I don't, I wrote an ebook Change your mind, change your reality. I'm not living to that standard either. Like I understand the concepts. I know what it. I know what those with that. I know what changing your mindset can do to your life. I know how it can enhance you, but I'm not living it right now. So I didn't release my ebook because it's fraudulent right now. Because I'm fraudulent right now. So it's taking a lot for me to be like really transparent to you guys. But I really want you all to understand, like, man, I woke up today. I knew I was going to start fasting for the end of the month just so I can just, I knew I wanted to fast. I'm like, I'm going to fast just for at least try to get a good 4 to 5 days of fasting in just to see if I can do it, just to confirm with myself that I can do it. And just so I can go into March a better way, right? So I told myself yesterday that I was going to, on Sunday, that I was going to weigh myself in the morning. I haven't weighed myself in so long, so I don't even know. I'm like, I'm going to weigh myself this morning, and we're going to see what happens and, go from there. I was scared of what the number was going to be, but I thought maybe 3 pounds more than what my highest weight was of 287. So I'm thinking like, okay, I'm going to see it's probably going to be like 290. I stepped on the scale this morning, and I'm going to put a little footage of the scale. Maybe I'll put it in right here. Okay. Now, as you see, 297 pounds. 297 pounds. And I was devastated, to be honest. I was completely devastated. I was at a loss for words. In disbelief that I was that close to 300 pounds. And completely disgusted with myself, to say the least. I got videos on here talking about guys needing to have discipline and, being the best version of themselves and, being on their purpose. And it's fraudulent if I'm not living up to it. I can't tell you guys to be the best version of yourselves when I'm not. I can't talk the talk without walking the walk. And so here I am being transparent. Here I am, unveiling myself so that I'm just disgusted and I'm ready to change. Today I really, really figured out I was ready to change. And I've been fasting all day. Haven't had anything. No, not 1 calorie has entered my body. Okay? And of course the day is not over. It's far from over. It's only, 12:30, 1 o'clock p.m. The day is not over. So I got, more time to go. I plan on getting sleep every day this week. I have to transform, not even just lose a little weight here and there, or I need to transform. My birthday is in July. I don't want to look like, I want to become a different person by the time my birthday hits. And so I'm going to be doing the extreme, just hard discipline. I have to. I am so fed up with being minimally successful at certain things. Okay, and I know my brand due season will not become what I want it to become without me becoming who I want to become. I know that this YouTube channel, my Instagram, none of this can explode until I become what I want to become, because the message that I'm, supplying you guys and bringing to you guys has to align with reality. It does. Sorry. So here I am, holding myself to the fire. I'm going to document this every day. Period. No days off. No days off. No cheat meals. No excuses. I can't let anything no outside, issues affect where I'm trying to go. I got to transform, guys. I'm looking my worst that I've ever looked. I hate it. It's time for success. I want to be an example for my kids. I want to be an example for the world. So if you're on my journey with me, I've done this before. I've even said that I'm, going to change and, document the process, and I stopped. I'm tired of being fraudulent. And like, subscribe, guys. Peace.